Yo, what is going on, Vulcan Turtle family? I hope you all having a fantastic day. Today, I got an awesome video for you guys because it's a deck that's near and dear to my heart. Throughout all of the 2023 season, during every regionals that I ever went to, I played one deck, and that deck was Regis. And I'm happy to say that after the rotation, they're back, and probably maybe not as better as they were before, but still extraordinarily decent to put up a fight. Recently, it got a 12th place finish at the Asia Open, and ever since then, people have been on Regis. We're seeing it all over Twitter that they're getting challenge wins and cup wins, and they're being played and they're out there. So I'm going to be showing you guys my deck lists, what you guys can expect when you're playing Regis, and how they work. So let's jump into the video. It is time to unleash the boys yet again. After rotation, we thought this deck was dead, but it turns out it's still seeing play and really good. So, what are the Regis? So you have REGI'S here. It is your main accelerator for energy. It is Ancient Wisdom. Once during your turn, if you have Regirock, Registeel, Regilucky, Regi'ice, and Regidrago in play, you are able to accelerate 3 energies from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. So you need all of your Regis in play for this Ancient Wisdom to work. You also have an attack here, Gigaton Break. It does 150 damage, but if you're attacking a VMAX, you're doing 150 more, meaning you're doing 300 damage or 280 damage with a double turbo attached. We also have the Regi'ice. We'll go over all the Regis here. Now, there are a couple of Regis with the same attack called Regigate, where you get to search your deck for a basic Pokemon and put them on your bench. Basically, you're going to put this up and search for another Regi, so that way you make sure that you have a constant flow of Regis coming into play, because you're most likely going to have one knocked out. They're very squishy Pokemon, only 130 HP, so they're not hard to knock out. We also have Regilucky here. Regilucky is one of the Pokemon that doesn't have Regigate. It has a Terra Spark. Terra Spark does 120 damage, and then you have to discard all the electric energy attached to Regilucky, and you will do 40 damage to 2 of your opponent's benched Pokemon. It's a good way to start softening up some Vs for huge knockouts later on. Oh, and Regi'ice also has Blizzard Bind. It's 100 damage, and if your opponent's Pokemon is a Pokemon V, it can't attack during the next turn. It's a good Pokemon to actually counter things like Flying Pikachu VMAX. We also have Regirock here. This is another one with Regigate, but it has Giga Impact, which does 140 damage, and during the next turn, it can't attack. But since it does require 3 energy to attack, you can use the energy that you attach to it to retreat, and then use those energies in the discard to accelerate onto another Regi with Regigigas. We have Registeel here. Registeel is also another Regigate Pokemon, but it has Heavy Slam. It does 220 damage, and it does 50 less damage for each energy cost in your opponent's retreat. So if they have 2 retreat, you're only doing 120 damage. If they have free retreat, you're doing 220 damage. So that's kind of how the Registeel works there. We also have Regidrago here. We're playing 3 copies of this. All the other Regis we are playing at 2 copies, but this one we are playing at 3. And the main reason is Dragon's Horde. This is a Pokemon that you're probably going to have in the active the most often. It is the hardest hitting Regi, just base damage wise. So it is probably one of the Pokemon that you're going to be attacking most often. And with Lost City in play, you know, seeing play all over the place, having 3 Regidrago is probably not a bad idea. But Dragon Horde is here for a really good reason. We have the ability to draw until we have 4 cards on our hand, so long as Regidrago is in the active, which is really good because sometimes you're going to have a low hand size, and Regidrago is able to make sure that you're able to draw into supporters, hopefully. So I like the Regidrago at 3 here, and Giant Fangs just abates 160 damage. And lastly, we already went over the Regigigas, but this is also at 2 copies. Now, let's go over the trainers. 3 copies of Energy Search here. Now, the reason why we're playing Energy Search is because we are playing a boatload of basic energy. Back in the day, we didn't play basic energy in this deck. We only played special energy, but with the new Luminous energy, we can't play a whole bunch of like special energies anymore because this counts for every other type of energy. But if you put any other special energy on your Regi Pokemon or any Pokemon that Luminous energy is attached to, it no longer becomes every energy. It just becomes a basic standard like colorless energy, which is not great. We do have a copy of his Hisuian Heavy Ball here because prizing a Regi is never good. We have 4 copies of Nest Ball to make sure that we're getting Regis down quickly. We do have 4 copies of Super Rod here. We have 2 copies of Switch Card to get those Regis in and out of the active. 3 copies of Trekking Shoes. You definitely want to throw away energy if you find it with the Trekking Shoes. 4 copies of Ultra Ball. This is one of the ways that we are actually able to like consistently get energy into the discard pile because we lost Quick Ball, but we do have Ultra Ball, which if you have a couple of energies in hand, like if you have Energy Search, you can Energy Search, get some energies in hand, dump them with Ultra Ball, find yourself a Regi. We do have 4 copies of Path to the Peak. It's a very good stadium, especially right now in this format, because a lot of decks out there are relying on their Pokemon's abilities, their rule box Pokemon abilities, and you play none, so it doesn't hurt you at all. 2 copies of Boss's Orders for generic Gust, 4 copies of Ino for huge disruption, 4 copies of Research for huge draw support, and 2 copies of Serena. Serena's really nice here because you're able to draw until you have 5 cards in your hand by discarding 3, so you're able to discard some energies this way or cards that you might not need in a specific matchup. And then you get to draw until you have 5, or you can use this to gust up an opponent's Pokemon V, which is very good. It's an extra gust effect. Now, for the energy, very straightforward. We've got a single copy of Double Turbo Energy. This is really good to like attach onto Regieleki for retreat fodder, so you don't have to use Ancient Wisdom. But it's also here so that way you can attach a Double Turbo onto Regigigas, Ancient Wisdom 3, and now you've got 5. But you can also just attach an energy for the turn onto Regigigas, accelerate Double Turbo, and then 2 other energies, and you got your 5. So honestly, like at 1 here, you're not attacking with Regigigas often, so it's fine at 1. 3 copies of Luminous Energy. I was playing 4, but I honestly feel like the extra Regidrago is much more worth that spot. We could go up to 4 Luminous Energy and cut an Energy Search. Actually, you know what? While we're talking about this list, why don't we go ahead and do that? It feels a little bit more natural to have 4 in here just to make sure that you are hitting these because they are important. The downside is that you kind of want to, well, now I'm kind of second guessing it. We're going to keep it the same because you can't attach 2 Luminous Energy to 1 Pokemon and still have it count. So yeah, it's just 3 Luminous Energies. We have a 1 copy of Fighting, 1 copy of Grass, 1 copy of Electric, 1 copy of Steel, 1 copy of Fire, and 1 copy of Water. And the main reason there is because with a lot of these other attackers, you do need like 2 energy requirements. You have 2 lightning and then a colorless, and that's where you can come in with like 1 luminous energy, 1 lightning energy, and then whatever other energy you need for the attack's cost. So that is the list. You can check it out in the description below, so that way you can pop it into your PTCGL and let me know what changes you made or how it's working for you on the ladder. So let's jump into a game. All right, guys, here we go into our game with the Regis. I am so excited to be playing this because, gosh, do I miss these guys. I love the Regi deck so much, and I'm happy to be playing it again. I'm actually considering playing this at a local league challenge here tomorrow. Weirdly, a Monday challenge, but I'm honestly debating it because a lot of the decks just cannot handle the Regis. So hopefully we can squeak out a win if we do decide to bring them. So we lost the coin flip. We'll see if we're going to go first or second here. I'm kind of hoping to go first. This is very much like a going first type of deck. So we'll see. We will see. The opponent's going first. So, okay, we are going to go second. Honestly, I'm fine with it because it does give us the ability to use a supporter. And maybe we can throw in a bunch of energies and get all of our Regis down and go for a turn 1 knockout. That's kind of like the dream with Regis. You want to get a turn 1 knockout. We'll see, though. We will see. We do have to mulligan. We do not have anything in our hand. We got 2 nest balls. If we had, oh my goodness, if we had a Regi, this would have been a busted hand. But we'll see what we got here. Okay, it's not the worst thing on the planet. It's really not the worst thing on the planet. We do have the Luminous and the Grass, so we could attack with Regidrago if we get another energy in the discard here. And we got the Path to the Peak. Ooh, we are cooking, and we're up against Arceus. Yeah, we're feeling pretty good right now. Okay, so there's a Squavit coming into play and a V-Guard energy. That does not bother us at all, and a pass. Let's go. Oh, man, now that actually sucks. That's actually not very good for us. We're going to have to lose 2 Super Rods here. Oh, man. You know what? We don't got a choice. Let's just go for it. Oh, there's really nothing else here. We don't even have a way to discard these, bro. Chill. All right, we're just gonna have to pass. Hopefully we can get like an Ultra Ball next turn or something. But yeah, our opponent is probably gonna knock out our Regidrago, which doesn't feel good. But at least we can like promote up a Regice, give it an energy, and then Regigate another Pokemon into play. There's an Ultra Ball. So if they do go get the Arceus V-Star here, they can't use the Starbirth because we put down a Path to the Peak. So no Starbirth for them. But if they do have a Double Turbo, they are going to knock us out. Ooh, yeah, no, yeah, we're definitely getting knocked out here. Choice Belt. Do they have a draw support in hand like Research? Judge. I don't mind that. We had no draw support for next turn, so we will take that for sure. We got an Ino and a couple of energies here. Ino and a couple of energies here. We can attach an energy and then Ino. It just sucks that we don't have a way to actually discard any of these energies right now. We are going to put them down to 5, but they're only at 3 cards in hand. So it's like, ugh. Because they're going to get it. They're going to get a prize card here. But like, gosh, man, I don't know. Ino just feels bad. Because now we're going to give them 2 extra cards. Oh, man, we top deck another Ino too. Okay, you know what? We'll just attach here and then we'll go ahead and Ino. Because even if you get behind in 2 prizes, it doesn't feel that bad, all things considered. Let's go ahead and trekking shoes here. Heavy ball. Do I want to keep this? Let's just go ahead and grab it. Okay, so we didn't actually prize any Regis. Let's go ahead and use this so we can grab ourselves the fighting energy. And we're going to Ultra Ball away the fighting energy and the Serena. Yeah, we'll get rid of those. We will get ourselves the Regi Drago. And next turn, we do have an Ino to follow this up with. And then we can Regi Gate the Regirock into play here. So that is our turn. We do have Ino for next turn, so we can draw 6. So it'll go down to 4. So long as they don't judge us. But next turn, it does look like if we can get ourselves a Regis, we know we didn't prize any Regis because we did play Heavy Ball. We can get a knockout with the Regirock, which feels really, really good. Okay, they got their combo up though. They got the Squave and the Bibarel out. They are chilling. They are chilling. So now an Ino does not bother them at all. But so long as we're able to like consistently get knockout before they knock out 4 more Regis, we should be fine. We need to take 2 prizers in this matchup and only 2 prizers. We cannot afford to take out any single prize Pokemon, especially if we're considered, you know, behind right now. But we're definitely going to promote that Regirock because it will get a KO on Arceus. Remember, the V-Guard energy only protects against V Pokemon attacks. And because the Regirock is not a V, we're going to be able to swing 280 damage and get a KO. No problem. But this is where, like, right now, Regis does feel a little weird because normally you would want to have gift energy so that way you can refill up your hand when it's knocked out. But we can't afford to play gift energy anymore because of the Luminous. So there's Regirock. We'll put him in the active. We got the Nest Ball broken. Okay, so we will go ahead and get the Regis here. We will Ino to give ourselves a fresh 6 cards in the hand. Okay, we got a Super Rod and an Energy Search. We might as well use this Energy Search just to get these energies out of the deck. Let's grab ourselves a Lightning Energy. We are not going to Super Rod yet. We've got 2 Regis in the discard. No need to Super Rod just yet. So we will now Ancient Wisdom to get some energies onto our Regirock. We'll do the Luminous, the Fighting, and the Water energy. We'll go ahead and attach an energy for the turn on Regieleki so that way it can retreat. And we will Giga Impact for 280 damage. So Regieleki will be able to retreat next turn so long as we're able to attach another energy for the turn onto Regieleki, which is nice because then we can get a Regirock on the bench, attach energy onto Regieleki, retreat into the Regirock, and then get another KO on a future Arceus. Okay, so they bring up their Arceus. The one thing I did notice, though, is that they only put 1 Arceus V-Star into play so far. Okay, they had an Ultra Ball. I was like, ooh, no other Arceus Vs. Crazy. One thing that we could do, it's risky, though, is like we could attack with Terra Spark, put 180 on Arceus, and then that will soften up the Squovit for KO later. Because they're not playing Manaphy. And it could be a way that we get 3 prizes. Oh, I know. Okay, so we're going to get 4 cards here. Got a Registeel. We did get an Ultra Ball, which isn't bad. And we also got the Luminous Energy here. The downside is, like, we got a Super Rod, so we're going to probably have to, like, Ultra Ball away Registeel in the top deck. Super Rod, attach the Luminous Energy, and then get the Regirock. Attach the... Okay, yeah, that's the game plan. That is the game plan. We're chilling. We're chilling. We are not out of this yet. So Regieleki can come into the active here. And a Research. Okay. That kind of changes things a little bit because we could just draw into it. Let's go ahead and Super Rod. We will put Regirock, Regidrago, and Regice back into the deck. We know we have Nest Balls and stuff in the deck. We'll attach for the turn, and then we'll Research. We got the rock. Okay, we got both the rocks, actually. Kind of risky play there, but it paid off in the end. We'll go ahead and retreat. We will use this energy search to grab an energy. And then we will Ancient Wisdom our energy onto the Regirock here. 1, 2, and 3. We also have an Iono for next turn, plus a boss's orders. Feels pretty good. And we will Giga Impact. So that is another knockout on the Arceus V-Star, getting 2 more prizes. Starting to feel really good. Perfect. So what we can do next turn is we could boss out the Babarrel, deal 120 damage to it and 40 to the Squavit, so that way we can always try and pivot back into another Regieleki later to finish off the Squavit, just in case we can't like switch into the Regirock. They're gonna Iono us though. Ooh, yikes. When we had the Regirock in hand, oh, it doesn't feel good. They Iono'd us into the research. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. It does stink a little bit because, like, you know, we know that, like, the Regirock's at the bottom of the deck, but it's fine. It's fine. We're chilling. Okay, so there's a trekking shoes. One thing that we could add in the future is maybe, like, a belt. What's it called? The, choice belt, so that way in these types of matchups you can do like 120 to an Arceus and then 40 to a bench Pokemon, then put another Regieleki into play, give it belt, and then oh, you'd be off by 10, wouldn't you? Yeah, you would be off by 10. You wouldn't want to like double belt them. Okay, so Regirock is going down here. Man, they still have energy to play around with. That's nuts. And we are ahead. Like, we are now 2 turns. We have 2 turns to figure out how we're going to knock out a 2-prizer. That is the situation that we are in right now. We got the Nest Ball. That is so broken. Okay, so let's go get ourselves the Regirock. Do we have any switch cards? We still have both of our switch cards. So it's going to come down to if we can draw a switch card or not. Let's go ahead and Dragon Horde. No switch card here. No switch card here. So let's go ahead and research. We got the double switch card. Bro, it's over. It's done. Arceus has nothing that's going to happen to them here. Let's go ahead and Ancient Wisdom. Regirock really came in clutch in this game. But that's the one cool thing about the Regis. You have such flexibility into specific matchups that you feel really good going into almost about anything, right? Because the Regieleki can KO Palkias, because Palkia is big right now. The Regis can protect you in V-heavy matchups. The Registeel helps you in matchups like Mew, because Mew has free retreat. And it also OHKOs Chien-Pao with the reduction. Like, this deck is honestly super good. I enjoy it. You guys should definitely play around with it. You saw the pure power that this deck can provide so long as you're playing it, you know, in the right way. You have to be, you do have to conserve some things sometimes. You have to play conservatively, but it's so much fun. So definitely give it a shot. Thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. And until next time, stay safe and be kind.